evening, dear friends, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. Wow, wow, and wow again. I've just nipped the graphics are slightly out on the right hand side, so now I'm going to fiddle with that rather than doing my introduction because I can't leave it. There we go, there we go. Oh, he's pinged off now. Oh, quick, start it again. Live? What do you mean live? Oh no. We're in. Okay, it's close enough. It is the boys from the Baltic Star. It is Friday night, and when the three of us are gathered together, we play Traveller. Oh, it's been the 12th of December. Last check back. That's a long time for us since then, and it's felt long. But sickness, family, shenanigans have all settled, and tonight we are here, sat at the table in our special Baltic Star house. As always, Ben is sat a long way away from the rest of the other two of us so that we can whisper conspiratorially and fudge our dice rolls. While, of course, Ben's seat is higher than ours, so he's always looking down at us by about at least 3 foot. Like I'm impressed that the tennis umpire's chair came into use, Ben. To be honest, you look good on it.
It does have its role, and I think I will at some point have to get a lifeguard chair because I think they're just a smidgen higher.
And then just put a cushion underneath, and you're well away.
Yeah. Well, we don't sit on bare wood. Not these days. I'm too old for that.
the old piles will start playing up. Of course, the 6 heavy-oiled topless Eastern European men are not allowed inside the house. That was one of the deals that was made. So they wait outside the door for when Ben leaves, of course, on his daily trips. But yes, so we are playing Traveller this evening. We'll play until 1 o'clock-ish, something like that, our time. And we're chill. If you don't know us, we're relaxed. We're just hanging out, playing like we would if we were around the table. And you, dear friends, like Sparrow here, if you may have noticed them, are more than welcome to hang out with us. You can chat, you can lurk, you can do whatever you want to do. You can spend some points. Click the red sun, spend your Imperial credits. Generally, the more expensive adds to the story, so you can make a boon, name an NPC who becomes canon. Just celebrate how much you love Ewan if you want. Just have a click through and have a look of it. There's something that's 1 credit and 1 credit only, which is I'll drink to that. Which, oh yeah, beard for Ben. We need to get that sorted first, actually, before we go any further. But I'll drink to that, which Ewan is drinking to the beard for Ben, it seems.
Of course.
It's an agreement that something has gone well, and you're in full agreement. And we'll all raise a glass and drink to that. There we go, perfect. Now Ben can't move for the rest of the evening now. But yes, do that. We will have a break at some point, and then we will toast the mighty Bast. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Let's have a quick introduction before we start. So my name is Luke. I'm in the top right-hand corner. My guns are out. They're off-season guns, unfortunately. The off-season guns are there, but summer's just around the corner. I play 2 characters in this game. I play Kara and Soraya. Kara's on the left-hand side. She is our artist, hacker, carouser, our trader. Soraya is our Han Solo with a big gun and a pocket of cheesy balls, if we're going to sum her up. And I think that's all we need to do for her. Speaking of a man who is more than just a few easy words, he's much more complex than that. He is many things. He is my brother from another mother. He's also the housewife's favourite. He is the Floothmeister General. He cannot be put into a corner or kept in a box. It is Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hello, Luke. I'm doing really well, thanks. All good.
Nice.
I'm excited to be back with some Traveller. The first Traveller of 2026. Also the year of manifesting things into being.
The year of manifestation.
Yeah.
Ewan and I were chatting today. He's entering our cricket team's onion competition. So I'm getting him a T-shirt that says, was it Manifest Your Onions?
I think it was but yeah, sure, your works as well.
Manifest
slightly changes the tone of it, I feel. But hey,
If anyone can carry it off, it's you.
the onions or the t-shirt.
Both. The hot pants that you'll be wearing with it. So, why don't you tell us about your wonderful characters that you play every time we play Traveller?
Oh, the characters that I play every single time we play
Every
Traveller,
time.
and that you would think I would know and not have to look down at my sheets to pull off some stats for. Well, I play two characters. I play the sneaky Stefan Miller, who's sat on the right hand side of that picture that is on your screens right now. He is dexterous. He does enjoy the occasional backflip, though it's been a while. He's Soraya's partner in crime, fellow lover of cheesy balls. Probably not as much. I feel as though he puts up with them a little bit. He doesn't mind them, but you know, Soraya loves them, so why not? And I also play the Floofy Varga in the picture. He is our floofy, idiotic, Hippocratic Oath member of the crew. He is Agno Arnson, former medic. He does, some would say, too much medicing during our time on the Baltic Star, mostly to other people, not to the crew itself, which is something to be thankful for, that the occasion hasn't arisen. But hey,
if he spent more time looking out for his crewmates and less time saving the life of our nemesis, people probably like him more.
Probably. It must be said. He's quite likable.
Speaking of a man who is quite likable. Hey! Speaking of a man who's quite likable. He spent his entire life sat on a tennis umpire's chair. He's the smartest man and the highest man in any room. And we've already been through the heavily oiled men, so we won't do that again.
We have, yes.
His face is naked. His brain is full. It is the wonderful Ben. Good evening, Ben. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Yes. Feeling a little bit light up top, but other than that, fine.
I worry about you going out. Make sure you've got a scarf on for when you go out into these wintry weather.
Well, as you know, I normally go out in a full wetsuit with a mask and snorkel, so it's not usually a problem.
That is true. I do enjoy the way you waddle down with the flippers as well.
Well, you never know when a flood might happen.
Wow,
Safety first.
Exactly. They do happen around Faversham, so...
Yeah, though unfortunately I did get it stuck under a van when he reversed suddenly. That was a bit awkward.
That is true. Well, some days are just not meant to be your day, unfortunately.
It's true. Yeah, sometimes you get to be the ant, and sometimes you get to be the boot.
That's true. And Ben, tonight, the crew of the Baltic Star, are we going to be the ant or the boot?
I think that's what we're about to find out.
Ooh.
So, forgive me for a second. Our heroes have undertaken some actual work. Not only that, it begins at 9 o'clock in the morning. The job is to investigate a mine, to find out why the miners aren't happy going down there. For some reason, the miners aren't exactly forthcoming about the reason they're staying off work, so their employers have told them to take their holidays while the mine is investigated. Enter our heroes. Our investigators. Kara, Agnar, Soraya and Stefan took Zoe and their hireling Shrita down to the mine with them, but these 6 aren't the whole team. 2 mercenary types have joined the mission and are being paid quite well for their efforts, 20k each it seems. Lyria List, a human woman, and Evan Revik, a male human, are the 2, and they seem efficient enough. Oddly, neither of them wear the coloured flashes that are fairly ubiquitous on Nadi. All of our heroes introduce themselves as Maurice, except for Shrita, and everyone seemed to accept that some mercenaries don't want to share their real names. They climbed aboard the shuttle, and they were flown by the off-world Varga Avila Tern and the Morven local, Lomis Carolinian, for a 2-hour journey to the island where the mine is located. The entire eastern top of a mountain has been cut away to make a flat landing area with easy access to 5 tunnels. The one they were directed to was the leftmost, the most southerly. Zoe quietly told Trita to stay close, and everyone moved off for the tunnel. The mercenaries went through what might be a ritual to get themselves prepared for whatever lies ahead, and as the group entered the mine, List, in a fairly humourless voice, said, "From here on, if it moves, it dies." And that is where we resume the story.
Oh. Where we resume the story is needing to know what their first names were again.
Of the 2 mercenaries,
I've got List. Yeah, List is who?
Lyria, Liria,
Liria. Yeah.
and Evon, Evon.
Evon. Evon Revik. Nice.
Evon Revik, Lyria List. Okay.
Nice. Lovely. Thank you. Appreciated.
All right. So the group starts to move into the mines. I'm not going to ask for a movement order yet, partly because the mine is very wide at this point. Vehicle access, big arch-like tunnel. So it's not all that relevant. You might as well be moving over the open. But the other reason is that this area seems extremely well lit, extremely well traveled. On both sides, you can see vehicles parked that are just tucked away to the sides of the tunnel. And these look like conventional mining type vehicles. Some of them clearly are completely automated, self-automated. They have computers that drive them and move them around. Others very much have a seat and a steering wheel and controls. But essentially, they are all used for moving heavy things or finished product in and out of mine shafts. And they are all sitting quietly today because there's no actual mining going on.
Is List and Revik very much focused on striding forwards? Are they very businesslike?
They are walking with their weapons out and cradled in their arms. They don't look particularly scared or anything, but they're definitely ready for action. And they are walking steadily, calmly. Their eyes are scanning everything in front. They've sort of gone one each side a little bit, and they are sort of prepared for action if necessary.
Soraya, throw me a cheesy ball.
Soraya reaches into the pocket of her armor, of her vac suit, and tosses a small handful of cheesy balls towards who I'm guessing is Stefan.
Yeah, indeed.
You'll have to pop your breath mask to eat a cheesy ball.
Before they reach him, he'll say, I only meant one, and he'll try and pop it off and catch one in his mouth and stick it back on.
Can you roll an athletics dex with dex for me?
Oh. I was manifesting the not having to roll for a whole session.
That did not go well then.
No, it did not. Athletics dex. Dex. Is that right?
It's his wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's his wheelhouse. He's got an 8 on the dice, so that is a +4 for a 12, please.
Okay. You pop the mask open, and with one flawless move, dip your head slightly, catch one of the cheesy balls, and pop the mask shut just in time for the others to bounce off it.
Ah, wonderful. No cheesy ball dust in his eyes. That would have been really awkward. Thanks. Give her a nod. Do you are you up for walking around this mine, or do you think we should try one of the nod towards the vehicles? One of those.
Well,
I mean, you're carrying a lot more now.
Soraya looks down at her PG MP, a large PG MP, which she's tied sort of a rope to, like an old guitarist, and she's borrowed one of Kara's Sharpies and written "This machine kills fascists" on it.
I like it.
She's like, I have to. It's good to get some exercise, you know. All these weeks cooped up on the Baltic Star. We could take one if you want, if you're feeling confident to drive it. I can't drive such a thing. I give it a go if you want. Even
No, I definitely wasn't suggesting that I drive anything. I think that would be. You remember what happened that one time?
Yeah, well, yeah, upside down in flames,
Never
if
again.
I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I know Cara can drive a track, so she might have a go, but I don't know. Look, the two of them are shooting off ahead. It's like they've never worked with us before.
Should we follow? Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I like the cut of your jib, but I think
Thanks.
we'll work to their pace. You know, we don't want to lose them down there in the dark and perhaps fire on them by mistake or anything like that. That'd be terrible.
Yeah. What is a jib? And why do people like certain cuts of jibs?
If I remember correctly,
Do you know?
a jib is like it's like a small seabird, but only certain parts of it are like delicious, and the rest is quite foul.
I see.
Yeah. So
you're saying I've got the delicious parts of the.
Yes, if you're a good chef and preparing, that people would say, "Thank you, chef. I like the cut of your jib."
Is that a Scouts thing?
But it
Is that a
probably
big
is.
deal in the Scouts?
Well, we're not just we're not just out and about. We have to prepare our own food sometimes. We're on our own, and we have to catch
exactly.
wild animals. Yeah. So we learn to cut jibs and such like. Yeah.
Well, that was really interesting. Thanks.
That's okay. Anyway, are you just trying to make us delay so that we have to get one of these vehicles to catch up?
No. I was trying to put off the going into the mine that we're not allowed to ask questions about.
Well,
pretty much.
What do you think we're going to find down there?
Probably some dust, maybe a few caves. We might find List and Revic.
Oh. Maybe
other than that,
guano. Do you remember the last time? Okay, with guano, they were good times.
Were they?
We survived.
Oh, we did. That's true.
Yeah,
you know what they say: any mission that you can come back from.
I've never died on a mission yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Come on, Cara Hagner.
Right.
Maurice.
Sorry. As you make your way along the this broad tunnel, it ends with a sort of very cluttered area. Lots of equipment lying around. Looks like it's been sort of left in a hurry when the word came out that they were not working a couple of days ago. In the middle of the tunnel, there is the top of a lift shaft with a industrial-looking cage lift waiting, and there doesn't seem to be anything else here of note other than this lift shaft, which will take you down to the mines themselves.
Just one carriage.
Just one car, yeah.
Thanks. Anything interesting in the equipment? Left or right lying around?
I'll tell you what. Roll an investigation for me with intellect.
Oh dear. Probably not. That's a 7 minus 3.
Okay.
4.
You get the very strong impression that it is mining equipment, but exactly what it's used for, hard to tell.
Oh, look at all this old junk. Soraya. Look at it. It's left lying around. Looks really old.
He's doing the best he can. He turned 50 yesterday.
I like it.
Oh. Anyway, come on. They're waiting for us by the old basket down. Let's get down. I'm excited. Come on. It's been a while since we've been on a good old-fashioned Baltic Star adventure.
That's it. I don't think everything we do is an adventure. And I'm not complaining. It's exciting. I like it. It's just, we're up here most of the time.
Are you though? I spend most of my time pretty bored, to be honest.
What?
It takes a lot to excite me.
We've done so much. We did shady back alley deals to get you a massive gun.
That was quite.
We met
cheery.
We met our guide showing us around. That was quite exciting. We went to
Not too sure about that.
the slightly more questionable areas of town. That was quite exciting. Do you not remember that time that you got to play on a bucket of massive sized bucketball pitch?
That was good.
That was a thing, right? That was quite exciting. There was a race. There was some kind of like racing in water boats. That was
that was good. I nearly got eaten by a big shark.
Yeah, we almost died several times across the last few months.
Oh, do you remember that time? Do you remember that time when I was at university and you punched a goat in the face? That was probably the most exciting moment of my life.
We're not supposed to talk about it. My therapist said, especially after the goat. Well, you know what happened.
Yes, I do. You were doubled over in pain for quite a long time.
It was a very long time, yes. Yeah. Not to mention goats ever again.
I believe the doctor said the only way you could survive was if you manifested your onions.
And I did.
You did. And
Here I am.
And you finally walked again.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, let's go. Come on, we're just delaying. I know when you're not certain. You start talking about the old times with me.
Although I'm going to stop if you keep bringing up my blood feud with that goat who I've never managed to track down since. He's out there somewhere.
Your lifelong nemesis. Okay, so you arrive at the cage, and the two mercs ahead of you glance at it quickly and then pull the sliding door open. It makes a bit of noise, rattles a bit as it opens, but it seems to be in reasonably good nick. The lift car itself, the floor, isn't a solid piece. It's like a fairly sturdy looking grid, and rising up from its sides are crisscrossing metal bars. It looks very much like a cage, but it seems reasonably well mounted, and the cable looks sturdy enough. And the two mercs glance at each other and step inside and start examining the controls.
Stefan, I'll say, Soraya, can I have one more of those cheese balls, please? Just pop it in my hand.
And she will, as she strides past him into the lift down, sort of grabbing him by the other arm and sort of spinning him around to pull him with her. Come on.
Thanks. And once they're inside, he'll drop the cheesy ball down a hole in the floor and make out as though he's listening or looking. It's just what I've seen people do. If there's something really deep, you throw a light or a stone and you figure out how deep it is.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, it isn't a light.
No.
Or a stone.
Or a stone.
Or a stone. It's quite light, in fact.
If you actually dropped it and were holding your ear right to the ground where it hit, you wouldn't be able to hear it. So the odds of you hearing it as it falls, drifting down through the tunnel below you and disappears. You know gravity is moving in the expected direction, Other than that, it doesn't teach you anything.
Good news. It's still going, Soraya.
It's not,
I haven't heard it yet. I can't even see it anymore. Must be a long way down.
not as dramatic as when you threw the goat down that well.
Well, no, but I mean, it's never going to be, is it? I haven't got 30 watermelons to throw down after it.
That's what made it more shocking when you woke up that morning with it leaning over you.
Watermelon dripping from its beard.
Ah.
Terrifying, I tell you. Terrifying. Are we all on?
Yes. Assuming you're happy to be.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we get going down this?
Come on, you two.
bottomless
We've got
pit
places
of
to be. Stop hanging around.
All right. Well,
cheesy balls and
the
goats?
the controls aren't like a button; they're a switch. It basically is up and down. So once everyone's in, you see Zoe slam the door, and one of the mercs hits the switch to the down position, and the lift begins to descend. There are no lights in the shaft itself, so as soon as you descend, the only light you can see is from directly above you, a sort of square of light from the tunnel above, and at the bottom below, though it seems a long way down, there is in the gloom a sort of square of light where the lift shaft ends that is slowly brightening. And as you look at it, you can see that it was resolving itself to be the bottom of the lift shaft and a kind of fairly smooth but rocky floor.
I think the 3-second rule may have passed for your cheesy ball. So don't disgust me by picking it up.
When did it become 3 seconds? There was a time when it used to be 3 minutes. Do you remember?
I do.
When we first met, it would have been 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You've become progressively more and more cautious over time.
I think you have to when you get older. You know, none of us are as young as we used to be.
That's very true.
You only live once. You know, YOLO. That's what the youth are talking about. You'll be careful though.
YOLO, but be careful.
Yeah.
Cautious YOLO.
Because you only live once, so you'll be careful, won't you?
No, that's true.
That's what that means.
That is the other way to look at it. Yeah.
As you're having this discussion, the lift car arrives at its destination. As it reaches the bottom, the switch automatically flicks to its neutral position, and there's a bit of a jolt. It doesn't have that sort of soft arrival thing that more comforting lifts have. It just stops suddenly, and
a working lift.
Yeah, this doesn't have comforts of home, and immediately you can look around the space. It is lit. There is power. There are lights on. The lights are not exactly brilliant daylight lights, but they're enough to see by. And the space you're in is a sort of fairly roughly hewn cave. You're sort of towards the eastern edge of it, with the lift door facing west. There's a fair amount of abandoned equipment here again that is presumably kept down here, not worth taking up to the surface and bringing back down again. And there are 2 parallel tunnels that are much more regular in shape, heading off to the west, and another heading off to the south. And those are very much machine cut, perfectly smooth tunnels.
2 to the west, 1 to the south.
Yeah, the 2 to the west are literally running parallel with each other. The one to the south is at 90 degrees. It's like they literally cut them on a grid system out of this cave.
We didn't ask at the time what the cave mined, did we?
You did not.
Is there any? So I would like to go over to sort of the discarded equipment and root around to see if there's any clue about what might be being mined down here.
All right. You can take a look at the equipment. You can also take a look at the dust on the ground, the nature of the rock formations. I think you're going to have to make a decision whether you want to do this with a suitable skill plus education or investigation plus intellect.
That's a very good question. Let's have a look. Oh, I was hoping I was going to have one that fitted. I don't. It's going to have to be. Yeah, it's going to have. Could Is there any chance that no, it's not going to work? It's just going to have to be an investigate. I think. Trying to make it work. I can't quite make my plan work in that regard. I think.
Philosophy.
Because she's got mechanic. That's why I immediately went to the vehicles
Okay.
to sort of look up. But that doesn't really fit for finding out rocks. It's just like the machines
No.
that work. So yeah. So it just has to be a standard investigate, in which her case will be a jack of all trades. From spending time with rocks, I guess. So.
And because you don't have a specialist skill, I'm going to have to be a little bit cautious about what I reveal as well.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get any specialist information.
No, that's understandable, even if I hit anything. So, do I get any of my skills with it, or just the flat jack of all trades?
This will be, it'll be with your intellect.
Okay, that's good. That cancels that out. So it's a +1 for that, a -1 for my jack of all trades. And
but it's a relatively tough check.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a shot in the dark as much as anything, to be honest.
In several ways.
Very much so. Like the cheesy ball. And I don't think that's going to help me out, because that is a 6 +1 -1.
Okay. Well, it's clearly heavy duty mineral mining. I'll give you that much. This is like metal ore. They're not looking for diamonds. They're not looking for something staggeringly rare and, extracted in tiny amounts. This is industrial scale heavy metal mining.
Cool. Okay.
That's the most I can give you.
Yeah, and that's very generous.
Ben, how big was the lift cart?
About 3.5 meters square.
Okay.
Do looking at List and Revik, do they seem to be keen on the direction, or are they sort of looking a bit around the room or in our direction?
As soon as they leave the lift, List sort of moves away from the cage a bit and covers the 2 western shafts, and Revik covers the southern one. They don't seem to have a preference as to direction, but they are keeping their eyes open, not knowing what they might be dealing with.
List, Revik.
Yeah.
I see you're covering, but if we're gonna have to go down to look, whatever we want isn't going to come up to us, I'm guessing.
Yeah. From here, all I've got is 3 holes in the rock, so your guess is as good as mine.
Now, in the unknown, it's always risky to split up too much, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, up to a point. But not knowing the layout of the mine properly, I mean, there's always a chance that if we stay together, we get flanked, right?
I guess between us there's 8. We could always split 4 and 4. Keep in contact.
That's a plan. Yeah, let's do that. Do we want to leave a team here to guard the lift?
Do we want to leave a team there to guard the lift? Sarai will turn to Stefan briefly for the conversation as well. Like,
Hmm?
like, he's right. Like, splitting makes sense, but leaving a team here, like, do we want to? We can either go leave a team here and take another team, or we could go 3-3-2, leave 2 here and take a few in a direction. What do you think? We could ask Agnar. He's the man with military tactics, I suppose. Agnar. Agnar.
Sorry, I was just finishing that cheesy ball I found on the floor.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so you should cough as well. It's probably covered in all sorts of horrible heavy metal grit. Grief. Agnar.
Yes.
Yes. Splitting the party.
Yes.
Splitting the party. Just chatted with Revik. He's got a point, and he about not being outflanked. It's a good idea to at least divide into halves.
I would say we divide the group into half. Yes.
Yes. Not individuals.
Not each individual.
No.
Right.
That feels like it would be a detriment to our goal.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that. It was Revik that suggested that. But anyway, he also suggested keeping people by the lift. He seems like he's a bit freaked. I guess there's only one, right? And don't want to be stuck down here. So what do you reckon? Do we have like a couple of like teams of 3 and leave a couple here to defend, or do we just explore with 1 and leave some here? What, like, in your experience as a great wise military mind, you know, as a scout, we do things differently. But I want to lean on you.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, exactly. And you learn at my tree. I'd like to learn at your tree today.
Well. There's many things to consider here. Of course, not knowing what we're up against makes it somewhat more difficult. I would suggest that if all 8 of us were to return to the lift at the same time and not be able to clear out any problem that may have occurred during that time, what are 2 people going to be able to hold it? I don't know. I suppose without knowing what it is we're looking at, but that would be my thoughts. Are they just going to be waiting around and then have to fall back to us anyway, or worse? Or are they going to be able to deal with a situation that the 8 of us couldn't deal with upon returning?
Oh, it's not bad. It's not a bad point. Yeah, just leaving a couple here. Would they do anything? Yeah, that is good. That is a good point. That's why you got to where you were.
Well, contrary to popular belief, it's not all about sacrificing the few for the good of the many. Not all the time, anyway.
And I guess there's 3 tunnels. Hopefully, I would consider one to the south and one to the west. But I don't know if they split massively. You know, the 2 to the west, they might like go 20 meters down and then pyong out in different directions. So but you don't want to split into 3 teams. That's unless our 2 little friends want to go off on their own. But
Ben, recently having acquired some form of qualifications, loosely speaking, in civil engineering.
Oh, he never shuts up about it.
Not recently, no.
He's got a certificate.
Signed by Kara. Would Agnar have an idea of the purposes of these tunnels? Why there would be 2 running off in one direction, parallel to each other? Would he be able to hazard a guess as to what they were used for? And the one to the south being by itself.
Roll an education plus your engineering, your civil engineering skills.
This is working out quite well, actually. Your skill.
I haven't rolled the dice yet, so
Depending on how well you do, I'll give you different information, if you know what I mean.
Indeed. Oh, that's good. That is an 11 plus 3 for 14.
Okay. Well, in that case, I can tell you that though you didn't exactly cover mining, you did cover examples of mines during your studies. And this kind of mine, people tend to dig a straight tunnel passage horizontally using a machine to find any deposits of the mineral they're after. And they tend to dig these tunnels essentially in a grid, a square grid usually. And what you'd expect to find, therefore, is these straight tunnels, and at various places they would expand into more uneven spaces where actual material was found. Sometimes two or more tunnels might cross such a larger cave. Other times it would just be off one side or both sides of a single passage. But this looks like the, if you like, the streets of the down end of the mine.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say that they're all likely to expand in different directions at some point or another. Even if it's just for digging out areas of whatever it was that they were looking for.
Do you say the mine lift ran on? What did it run on, Ben? Just
Electricity or cables? What are you after?
Electricity, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Kara, who's sort of been listening in, turns to the posse. Says, Revik, I get your concern about being back here, and it is a concerning situation. But I feel like if we could split into 2 4s, we could cover the ground better. How about I've got this rather nice EMP. What if I rigged it to the shaft so that if someone who didn't realise it was there pulled it, it would kill the power, and they couldn't get up without us. The power comes back after a little while.
So that means no one can get around behind us and escape.
The danger, of course, would be if we were trying to escape, we wouldn't want. We'd have to not make a horrible mistake and kill all the power as we were running.
Seems reasonable.
We'd know it gone off. It would buy us time to get back if there was anything there, but also if it happened to be a miner trapped down here, someone that was something, it doesn't blow them out of the sky or something.
I have to make a roll in order to work out whether or not you'll be asked a key question at this point.
I might guess what the key question is.
Yes, actually. Yeah. List calls over her shoulder at you because you're having this conversation. How high tech do you think this shaft is? Any chance that EMP will blow it permanently?
No, I've got an 11 and I've got a 9. Let me have a think. No, tech 9. Now it blows about 2 levels below normally. 2 levels below. It
About
kills
that.
off about that. So that'd be a tech 7, which would be Terra. Can she get an Soraya? Is it no? Who's got no? I'll look at. I'll look at. Hang on a sec. Yeah, she'll look at Soraya. Soraya's got power. Can Soraya make a check to see if she can get an idea? She's got power skills. Check
Yes.
her, yeah.
That plus education,
Yeah,
please.
lovely.
Your power skill plus ed.
We're covering all the
We're
skills.
using our skills. Oh, I like
I
it.
like it. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, that's 6 plus 2, 8. So I'm on the 6s tonight. So I need to improve.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that?
That's an 8 all in.
An 8 in total.
Yeah.
It looks like about a Tech 7 setup.
So is it 2 that it blew, or more than 2? I can't remember the rule set. We've talked about this before, Ben, so I would remember it in game.
It is if it's more than 2 tech levels.
More than 2. Mm. Sort of looks closely at Soraya and sort of how sort of short she is, and she seems quite short. She turns to list. Tech 7, Tech 9. Theoretically, it should just short it out. If I use the 11, we're living here from now on. But
Okay. Well, I'm okay with the plan if that's what you want to do.
Well, I agree with Agnar that sort of splitting up and leaving might not make much of a difference. So this might be the best solution. You know, cover our backs, have 2 decent 4s heading out, cover the ground. Let's do it.
Okay. Can you make a demolitions check with this will be education, please?
That's explosives, isn't it?
Yeah, explosives demolition. Yeah.
Can I get Soraya to do it, please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. That is a 7 plus 1 is 8.
Okay. You think you've rigged it reasonably well. It's possible someone might spot what you've done, but you think you've probably done it okay.
Soraya gives a greasy thumbs up, as most of our thumbs up are.
Okay. So how would you like to split up the party?
Oh. Now, do we split List and Revik, Ewan? That's the question. Isn't that be a nice?
I mean, we could always suggest either way, but whether there'll be is another thing, I suppose.
List, the 2 of you happy to split 1 per team, or do you need to stay together?
Sure. Happy to split up.
Stefan leans over to Soraya. They're so professional.
They are mercenaries. They go where they're told. They do what they're told.
Let's okay. Stefan, who you like him more, Revik or List?
I'm going to be honest. It's been hard to really pin him down. I'm normally quite, not a bad judge of character, I would say. I'm going to say List.
Okay. If we
seems to only say something when it's really important.
Oh, that's a good skill in someone. Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah. Maybe you should be more like that.
Either what?
What?
Me?
Yeah.
Everything I say is important.
Well,
by definition.
We'll take List and Streeter, please.
Okay, so is that Soraya taking Stefan,
List and Streeter?
List and Streeter. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, the classic teams: Sakara, Agnar, Revik, and Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, strong team. But having picked first, Soraya will kindly turn to Agnar. We chose Agnar, So you can choose a direction. Would you like west or south?
He'll look in both directions, loosely lift off his facial covering, sniff in both directions. We'll go west.
Okay.
Go west, young man.
Exactly.
All right. So, what we'll do for the moment is we will begin with asking an obvious question, the one we have to do before Agnar and Kara's group move off. Team Revik, we might call this one.
What? I don't like this at all.
Would you be happier with Team West?
Oh. Well, I don't know how I feel about that either.
Well, this group has to decide which
What their name is.
tunnel.
I like team Rax with a Z. As you know, just take the first initial of people's names. RAKZ.
RAKZ. I've gone for cars. KARZ.
Also good.
What do you
I'm
fancy? Racks
just
or
always
cars?
thinking about Rack.
Or car racks. We'll go for rack just so it make you feel better about yourself.
Okay.
Rack's looking over us.
And what could go wrong with such a fine Varga looking over us?
So, Agnar, Kara, you're heading west. Which passage? The one on the left or the one on the right? Or if you prefer, the northern one or southern one?
What do you think? Do they look any different at all? Or
They look
very
exactly identical, like they were cut by the exact same machine and process, which they probably were.
Oh. Agnar, when I'm not certain, I like to take a minute and listen to the voices in my head that might tell me whether to take the northernmost or southernmost tunnel. Let's just wait a minute to see and hear if any voices announce the north or south.
Will we all hear them, or just you?
We might all hear them. Might all hear them. You might hear it, or you might see it written in letters. You never know.
Written on the wall.
Written on the wall. It's the writings on the wall.
Oh,
yeah.
Hopefully not.
This sounds terrible. even without saying it's the writing on the wall, you guys do not have a good track record with carvings.
Well, some of us do. Kara's always flicking through the pictures, ready to pounce in on Agnar when he's not paying attention.
Yep.
Not now.
Sparrow, north or south? Sparrow, north or south? And our whole mission depends on you. South, there we go. Or Southie. Even Sparrow can't make a mind.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a mind. Come make a mind.
So, with that decided, the team that is going west is using the left of the two tunnels. Okay. Your two little groups of four, your courageous adventurers, set off into the tunnels. I think at this point I am going to need your marching order for both groups, please.
Oh. So, Team Rax, Agnar, you can take charge of Team Rax, I feel.
Well, if nobody has any objections, I'm happy to take the lead. Agnar will say.
Okay. So Agnar first, then
Zoe, do you want to
Yep, Zoe's happy to do that.
back me up?
Override shotgun.
And then you want Revik ahead of Kara? Or Revik bringing up the rear?
Put Kara
Rabbit, do you mind
Kara's in the middle.
mind
She's squishy.
watching our six?
Sure.
That's
Okay.
Good. That's good. I like that order. That's good.
And the other group?
That's team.
Soraya,
That's
Stefan,
team. That's
List,
team
and-
Maurice. That's team Maurice. We'll have Maurice first.
Followed by who?
Maurice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's only two.
Who's third?
If Soraya's got big guns, Soraya probably has to go first now. That's probably the new rule of being
Okay.
a big gun person.
Yep.
We should probably hide Shrieter in the middle, shouldn't we?
Okay. So would you like Stefan to take the back or List to take the back?
That's up to you, Stefan.
Wait, who's in charge here? I don't mind. I'm happy either way.
Oh, okay. I'll take charge then. Why don't you go at the back, Stefan? Here's some cheesy balls. Why
Okay.
don't you think about what you've done?
I haven't done anything. Is that the
But
problem?
exactly. So
Mm.
maybe
All right.
find something to do at the back.
So you'll go Soraya, List, Shrieter, and Stefan.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
That's good. I like it.
Okay.
That works.
So the tunnels are lit again, not brightly lit, but they're lit functionally. And you start to head off in two different directions, and it's not very many seconds before you can't see each other anymore. The two groups have parted and headed off in different directions. Both passages continue for a little while, perfectly straight, but not for very long. And that, I think, is where we should take our little break.
Perfect. Oh, the exploration begins. That is good. Well, thank you, Ben. We're going to take a break for 5 minutes or so, everyone. Please come back. Those of you that know Ben know that he's not a kind man, and goodness knows what we're going to run into. So stay close.
Or away from.
All right. Let's put these things in. Here we go, look. There's some music, there's a background. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Toodaloo.
Okay.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. We're back, and as is always the case when we come back, where is he? There he is. We're gonna have a toast to a steward, a fine barman who kept our crew in alcohol and tales and those little bar snacks long into the night for the many weeks or days or hours he was with the crew. Now, as I've been exploring the last few months, our dear friend Greyhill was somewhat of a great writer, and he left behind a whole shoebox full of tissues and envelopes upon which he had started what would no doubt have become incredible stories and poems if he'd have lived longer. And tonight's I found on the back of an envelope from the Outland Revenue, chasing him down for yet another unpaid bill. And Ewan's rushed off. There, he's just bringing back. There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
Now he's all over Ben. Now it's just you're claiming dominance by getting your name above Ben. I know. Okay. So it goes a little something like this. Tactical chunder. Back from the trough of piss strode the six drinkers. Forward the Knight Brigade. Charge for the stalls, he said. Up to the galley of Bast strode the six drinkers. Forward the Knight Brigade. Was there a tab unpaid? Not though the drinkers knew someone had blundered. There's not to drink white wine. There's not to drink rosé. There's but to drink beer and chat. Up to the galley of Bast strode the six drinkers. A fine night, no doubt, if only we'd been there. But one man was, and we should raise a glass to him now. The late, great Greyhill Bast.
Greyhill Bast.
To the late, great Greyhill Bast.
Fantastic.
Oh, you did bite off a mighty
It's a
one, mate.
Greyhill Sparrow. I know, I panicked halfway through.
That was a
Very
fabulous one.
impressive.
Okay, so you obviously start to make your way down the passages, and based on the map, I'm going to deal with the southern group first, please. So, not very far down the passageway, you find there is a passage, again, properly cut, heading off to the west.
Separate from the. So we could carry straight on, or we could shoot to the side.
You can keep going straight on, or you can turn west.
Oh dear. We'll be separated and on our own before we know it. Oh, well, this is the Soraya group, and she's up front. She's going to have to take lead. Oh, she has a moment. She thinks back to all her scout training. She can't help herself. She points westwards with her fingers and just says, "Go west." Scout motto: "Go west, young man."
Okay.
If we head into each of these should all head out to closed off areas eventually. So if we head into each one and work our way down, we'll find what we need eventually.
All right. That seems logical enough. Okay, you start to head off down that passage to the west, and we will now take a look at the other group, which is also going west, but started out going west. You make your way down the passageway a little way, and some way along your tunnel, it continues off into the distance, but the left-hand side of it suddenly stops being the tunnel and has quite a wide sort of cave entrance in it, where clearly some mining has taken place. And off that side of the passageway, it's a much more uneven, curving, walled space, and it is fairly substantial.
What is it, Agnar? I can't see over all these shoulders.
It's precisely what you just had me describe over our comms.
Oh, it's opening out.
It's opening out. It is indeed. What do we think?
How dark is it? Can you see?
There's some light in it. It's not as well lit as the tunnels.
There's some light in it. It's not as well lit as the tunnels.
I think are our radios echoing a bit down here, Agnar?
Mine's not.
Oh, it's mine.
Maybe it's just. Maybe we should drop it into one of the engineers when we get back to the ship.
That's a good idea. Well,
what do you think? Clear it out and move on, or?
yeah, I guess so. If we follow this wall around the wide bit, it might be that it carries on back on the corridor again. So yeah, let's work through it. I suppose we can spread out abreast rather than behind. I suppose for a bit.
Any objections? If there's nothing from Zoe and
Nope, no problem.
Eric, then Agnar will start making his way
Into the cave.
into the caves.
All right. The cave is clearly an area that's been extensively worked. There's a lot of evidence that the cave walls were cut away by machines, and whatever was here was valuable enough to extract and ship back to the surface. As you sort of explore into it, there's not a lot going on in here. There doesn't seem to be any equipment or anything. It's just an empty space. However, the opposite side of it, which is effectively the south side of it, also has an exit, if you like, into another parallel west moving passage. So an east-west passage. Effectively, this cave is between two east-west passages, and it only extends between them. It doesn't cross the passages.
Is it in the direction that would have been the other passage? From the start? Oh no, hang on. That was
It's west-east.
Oh yeah, west-east, not the not the. Sorry, that was the south one. Was the double, wasn't it? No, hang on, west-east. Oh. I guess as long as we keep moving in the right direction, Agnar. We mustn't get our heads turned around. Have you been leaving breadcrumbs behind?
No, maybe we should have had one of Stefan and Soraya with each group, and they could have left a trail of cheesy balls. I haven't got any breadcrumbs. I haven't got much. Not that we could leave behind. We'll be okay, I'm sure. Okay. All these places are designed to, get things out.
That's true.
As efficiently as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be okay.
Good. Yeah, I believe in you.
So, are you planning to effectively cross this cave and then move into the second west passage that's a bit further south?
Cara turns to look to Agnar.
It's going to be a very zigzaggy path if we do this all the way along, I feel. But
I guess it's like following sat nav. Either you stick to the one true path, whatever happens, or you meander.
I'm tempted to say we head back to the original path. check out any rooms that come off, but don't venture across. What do you think?
Just stay on the one true path.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. You're
Okay.
the tactical genius.
I am, but caves aren't my forte.
I'm just a little old artist. Don't you worry about me. And she holds her phone out in front of Agnar's face. What do you reckon if we see any of these sort of carvings? Do you reckon we might?
Agnar freezes in position for a moment, and then falls over onto his side and just lays there.
He's catatonic.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, there's still three of us. Let's carry on with his plan. It's what he would have wanted.
What?
Okay.
It's so easy.
So,
Enough of me.
so are you returning back to the passage you just left?
Agnar's getting up and dusting himself off.
Yeah, Kara's already
Kara's in
leading
charge
the
now.
other three from the middle. She's leading them from the middle back to the original passage. Come on, Agnar, you silly old man.
Okay. So back to the original passage, and continue west.
That's what he would have wanted.
Okay.
Don't have to keep saying that. Still alive.
All right. As you return
Thank
back to
you.
that path and head west again, we will turn our attention to the south group. The south group, moving west along their passage, has also found a cave. This one, however, crosses the passageway you're in. There's a relatively small part to the north, to your right, and a much larger part to the left, to the south of you.
Can the bit to the north be easily explored with a cursory, torch flash
Just
around?
with practically a glance, yes.
Yeah.
And that part seems to be empty.
Come on, posse. Let's sweep the bigger bit and then get back on our route. And Saraya strides off into the larger part of the cave. Starts
Okay.
looking around.
You find that again, the cave is pretty much devoid of anything of interest. It, however, seems to not only cross this passage that you came in through, but it crosses a second one.
Of course it does.
There is a second west-east passage that cuts through it, and it continues to the south of that as well, but not very far.
It's almost as if it's made to confuse us. Okay.
Do you want to split up? I'm going to take one each.
No!
What?
Have you not paid any attention to my scouting rules over the years?
Yeah, no, of course I have. Remember Benny?
Exactly. Remember Benny Ironseed?
Yeah, he loved splitting up.
He loved splitting up. He did.
It's what killed him.
He did. Do you know what nearly killed him? He got gored by a goat once.
Oh, I knew you were going to say goat. Well, nearly killed him. I survived.
That's it. Remember Benny Ironseed. Keep your mask on.
Yeah.
And stay true to the path.
Is that a new one?
Yeah, it's not a new one. It's been in the credos for 100 years. Stay true to
You
the
just
path.
made it up, didn't
No!
you? You just add it to it.
No. It's rule 25.
Okay. I believe you.
Stay true to the path. Look, this is clear. We can have a cursory glance down, shine your torches down the new passage to check there's nothing obvious there, and then we're going to head back to the original west-east passage, okay?
All right. You make your way through. The cave again seems like it's been heavily worked, but is now abandoned. You make your way down to the next west-east passage. Glance left and right. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. And again, this is clearly cut to the same size and shape as the other standard passages, the grid. And in the bay that extends south of it, again, nothing seems to be of interest at all, as far as you can tell. So effectively, you are in a cave that has 4 exits, 2 to the west, 2 to the east.
Yep.
And the one you came in through was the northernmost of the east passages.
Yeah, top right in my little sketch.
Yep.
Let's leave by the top left then, please, if that's okay.
Okay.
The northwest, so as if we'd have been carrying on the same route.
Okay.
At this point, Sarah would like to try and ping a message to Agnar to see if we've still got communications down here. Agnar,
You have indeed, yes.
Agnar, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's easy to get turned around down here. Have you been? We've been leaving cheesy balls behind. Have you been leaving stuff behind?
We don't really have anything to leave behind.
That's
But
embarrassing.
in light of that, I've been making sure to stick to the code.
That's
Staying
good.
true to the path.
That's it. Stay true. Rule 25.
Yeah,
I taught you well. You learned well. My
Thanks.
my scouting paddle. That's good. Stay true. Keep in touch. If something comes up, you let us know. Yeah.
What? Anything?
Anything. Moamps, carvings, dire wolves.
Yeah.
Sea bats, fess. You never know.
Oh, sure. It's funny you should mention carvings. I did just see some carvings.
You did.
Yeah, Cara showed me them on her phone. It's almost like every 6 hours. I'm sure she set a reminder.
Exactly. She probably does. It's to strengthen you up. It's like, have you heard about those children that are allergic to peanuts and they give them like 1/32 of a peanut on one day and then 1/16, then 1/8 to like build up their ability to eat peanuts. Maybe she's doing it to help you with your carving.
As a medical professional, I should tell you that is ill-advised in this day and age.
But yeah, since 90% of peanuts are now deadly, but that's beside the point.
Exactly. Why would you give them more peanuts? That feels like you're increasing the chances that they're gonna hit a deadly one.
You know.
As we're having this conversation, the West Group reaches a T-junction.
Oh,
cut into the rock in the same mechanical square style, with north and south exits, and your west passage has come to an end.
now theoretically, if we take the south passage, that might join the passage that we didn't join a minute ago.
That's true.
But it also takes us closer to the other crew.
Something's come up. We've just hit a T-junction. I'll stay in touch. Stay safe.
You too. Stay frosty. That's what they say.
Is that who says that? Scouts. What rule is it?
Father Christmas.
Definitely Father Christmas.
People with a dog called Frosty.
Sure, they would.
Stay Frosty.
Yep.
Stay Frosty. Yeah. Okay.
I trust you to take the scout's choice. See you later, Ragnar.
Stay Frosty, I guess.
Okay.
Doesn't help with the left or right.
Left is south, right is north.
Do you think we should try and meet up with the path that we didn't take, or should we? widen our net, as it were.
If we head south, and then it sort of turns back on itself quite quickly, it helps us map out that probably was part of the same corridor. And it helps give us a better understanding of down below. We can always turn back up again. It's only what, 20 paces or something.
That's true. Okay.
Should we do that? It might give us a better idea of how this works.
Okay.
South it is. Good.
You head south, and indeed, you can see quite soon that there is a passage on your left heading east. And continuing on, you can even see, not very long after it, a second one heading east.
It's potentially not that far away from the other group, to be honest. They're going along one of those passages. In fact, Agnar, get them to keep walking forwards. They might actually end up in this corridor.
Okay. He'll put a call through to Soraya.
Yellow, you've reached the answer phone of Soraya Kansari. How can I help you?
No, I haven't. Don't be silly. It works the first time. Every time. Maybe after I've had a few too many whiskies in the bar, it might work.
That's most nights.
Yeah, okay.
Hence
all the voicemails.
The two of you old men sat there drinking and talking about the olden days.
Oh, the good old days. Do you remember? No, you wouldn't remember the old days.
I barely remember the new days.
Yeah, it's true. Well, remind me to tell you about them when we get back on board. Listen, something's come up.
Okay. What is it?
You said to tell you whenever something's come up.
Yeah. Is it like a mole or something?
No. I've been requested to tell you to just carry on walking. Straight.
Okay. Keep walking.
We think we know where we are.
Oh.
But we just want to test something.
Okay.
All right. So, Soraya's little south group continues west. It isn't very long before you encounter a cave to your right. A cave that doesn't cross the passage. It extends from the right. But following your instructions, you keep pressing on, and shortly after that, you encounter a T-junction. And this is the first of those two T-junctions that were one after the other, the northernmost of them. Which means your little group is back together.
Ah, guys. So we've done the first one. You say? Yeah, after they come out of there.
So Agnar's still on call to Soraya and says, yes, exactly as I anticipated.
Yeah, effectively the passage, the cave you just walked past is the one that the other group took a look in and then backed out of.
Yeah,
cool. Whereas we hit a cave before that, which had a small bit and then a bit lower. So actually, then the corridor they saw a bit further on was the one we could have ended up in. If we'd have done
potentially, yeah. If it met, then that would make sense.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Perfect. Okay, I'll change my little diagram. Oh, I'm getting to grips with this, Agnar. I can see what's going on now.
That's good. I'm glad.
Grupo Compacto.
I'm glad you're on it.
Oh, like a car
I expected no less.
So, are we going to separate off again? Like, you guys could go north and we could go south?
That seems reasonable, I would say. What else was down your... anything exciting?
Not much of anything, really. A couple of sort of caves that have been blown out a bit. There was another one to the south, which might be that next one down, judging by the distance. But we did sort of bail out of going south quite quick. So actually, going back south again might be quite interesting for us. Sort of getting back to our roots, as it were.
You did you?
Yeah. Yes, I don't know what will be to the north, how much more, because there was no other caves up there. But so you might come and join us quite quickly, to be honest. But we're going to go back south, I think. But at least
Well,
we
it's
know how it's starting to
worth
work.
a look, isn't it?
I think so.
I like it. We didn't happen to find out how old these mines are, did we? Because they started last week, then we'll probably be with you quite quickly.
Oh, that is a good question. Like things with like the sort of how recently rock has been hewn feels like some sort of civil engineering. Does it?
No, it definitely doesn't.
Different, doesn't it? It feels
No.
more of that than philosophy.
Well, but possibly.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you make a civil engineering check for it. It'll be quite tough.
How fresh are these carvings? That feels like something that Agmar would be reasonably
If
familiar with,
only we had Sammy
given his
down with
trauma.
her rock skills.
That's right.
Oh,
Geologist might be really handy in a mine.
she would have been the right person to bring all along. Ah,
Yeah.
Sammy Chris.
Civil engineering with education.
Education.
That is a 6 + 3 for a 9, please, Ben.
Okay. It looks as if this area of the mine is not a part that's particularly current. Do you remember those 5 passages up at the top? This perhaps is not the most current area, not the area that is newest. It's an older part of the mine. However, it is still in use for storage purposes, and it needs to be constantly monitored for water ingress and things like that. So there are always people coming and going from even a fairly abandoned part of the mine. And it is this part of the mine that you have been steered towards as being the bit that people don't want to go into. And rumors start, and so people have stopped working even in other parts that are not this part. But this seems to be the epicenter of the rumor, even though it's not really the focus of current attention.
Cara pulls out one of her spray paints and sprays a love heart on the wall.
Oh, don't do that. Agnar will take a deep breath, take off his mask very quickly, and lick the wall. Put it back on.
The spray painted bit?
No, not the spray painted bit, just the regular bit. And turn to Sarai. Oh, this is an old part of the mine.
Two very different approaches. Is it because as a fellow old thing you can commune? Can old things commune with each other?
There is some level of understanding. Yes, that's correct.
Will you start growing like lichen on you too one day?
No, but I will get to the point where nobody wants to enter me.
Well, other people say that you're sort of a haunted husk of your former self.
Yes, yeah, precisely.
Oh,
Okay.
might be sooner than you hoped.
So while you're working out whether or not to split up and which way to go, you hear a call from List, who's still on alert, pointing her weapon south down the passageway, and she sort of crouched in order to get a nice steady position for her weapon, and then glanced down and pointed at something on the ground and said, "What's this?" She doesn't seem alarmed, and as everyone sort of takes a look and peers at it, it looks like in the mine right there, there's a little, very, very weak-looking tuft of grass.
Well, call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Thanks.
The fan shouts out.
Cara nods and just walks off. Thanks.
Anytime.
Sarai butts in. I think what she was going to say is that caves and rock don't tend to go hand in hand with grass. and she sort of taps her feet on the ground, like starts stomping a bit. Does it feel like heavy rock underneath, Ben? Is it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Liz, does it seem like roots are going into the rock? Is it
She
growing on the
reaches
rock?
down and grabs it and gives it a tug, and it sort of comes loose instantly. And she looks at it, it's like, no, like it just tried to survive in a bit of dust.
Weird.
It's pretty paltry stuff, frankly.
But it's done it down here, a long way from the sun.
You're not wrong. I'm sure the electric light provides some illumination, but not a lot.
Put your mask on. Stop breathing in this putrid air. We worry about you. We need you.
Yeah, and she sort of just moves it in her glove, just sort of looking at it, and it's very dry, very powdery, and it looks like it tried to sprout, but there was very little moisture, very little light.
So Rice strides forwards. Well, this has got my interest. This is the way to go.
She sort of it almost turns to dust in her fingers, and she drops it back to the ground. And she says, "Well, it doesn't seem to be dangerous, but weird, right?"
I think we've got to follow weird. If anything's keeping people away, weird might be the thing.
And that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Oh, that's a good line to finish on. I could be that.
Very about that. Nice one. Ended with weird. It often does, Rockford. We start with weird, we end with weird, and
yeah, it's good.
Weird
It's
in
good
the middle
feeling.
somewhere.
Weird follows
Get
us
through
where
some
we
weird.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I'm going to slash my little map.
Yeah. My very scribbled map. There are many changes.
Indeed.
We've got Rose's cat.
I was going to say, speaking of something that doesn't change, it's the love for Rose's cat.
Rose's cat.
Weird all over the middle.
Rose's cat. All right.
It's also not very weird. It's very relatable, I feel, as a cat owner.
As a cat. As a cat.
Cats transcend sci-fi. They are just cats.
So, meanwhile, on the Baltic Star. Actually, this isn't technically meanwhile, but you'll get the point. Meanwhile, on the Baltic Star, Zoe and Kat were outside. One of the benefits of there being two humans outside the ship when in the company of a kitten was that one could hold the leash while the other stretched her legs. Zoe volunteered to be first at kitten duties because at that moment she was in charge of the leash and it was wrapped around several parts of the Baltic Star's landing gear. Downports, as they're often called, spaceports being a general term that describes landing areas and space stations used for the same broad purpose, are pretty dull in terms of geography. Pilots insist on a general sense of flat openness for their landing spot. In general, things like mountains, trees, lakes, herds of picturesque cattle, these things are definitely not requested features. For an experienced traveller, unless you happen to be excited by spotting types of vessel, the actual takeoffs and landings also became routine very quickly. Not for Caboodle, though. As Kat Aralesti, the pilot, set off on a gentle run to loosen her muscles, Caboodle was transfixed by the noise and pressure of a nearby ship lifting from the downport. It was helpful, actually, because the pause allowed Zoe to finally untangle the leash from the ship, and she then crouched beside the little animal, stroking her gently. She was worried that the noise and wind might scare the kitten, but seemingly not. Moments later, another ship began its descent onto a nearby pad, and that was even more exciting, seemingly. With the cat occupied, Zoe looked out at the young pilot running laps around the ship. Aralesti wasn't strictly fit in the literal sense, but she had that easy, youthful energy that came from being a teenager and having spent none of her life being bounced around in combat vehicles. If Zoe had run like that, with too much bounce and too long a stride, then her instructors would have shouted at her back in the day. Aralesti, however, didn't run like it was her job. She ran because running was fun. Zoe wondered if she'd ever run like that when she was that young. After a few minutes, the pilot turned towards the spot near the hatch where Zoe and Caboodle waited. She ran up, not breathless, but breathing hard enough through her breath mask. She was grinning happily. That was good. Zoe nodded. I see that. All warmed up. The pilot shrugged. I guess so. Your turn. Something on the Zodani's face must have conveyed confusion. Wait, Aralesti smirked. You thought that was my warm-up? Zoe couldn't help but smile. I assumed. Yes, I'm sorry. Aralesti shrugged. So how far do you usually run? Zoe gave it some thought. Depends, of course, but we've got plenty of time today with 3 engineers on board handling the preparation for the repairs and nowhere to go. So I thought maybe 30 clicks? The pilot stared at her. 30. Zoe nodded. The gravity's pretty low here, so I should be able to knock that off in an hour and a half or so. It's roughly the perimeter of the downport, so I thought I'd just weave my way to the edge nice and gently, and push on for the lap, and use the return to the ship as a warm down. Anytime you want to take a run with me, you're welcome. I'm good, thanks, said Kat. She held out her hand for the leash and watched Zoe set off on her run. Caboodle was watching another ship land out on the field. The pilot looked at the size of the Baltic Star. She'd done a few laps, right? Maybe 5, 6. Pretty good distance, but not realistically a whole kilometre. She gave Caboodle a scratch behind the ears, then watched Zoe slowly fade into the distance. She looked at the kitten. Is it really bad that I'm sort of imagining a spaceship landing on her? A second later, her comm system came alive with Zoe's voice because the pilot had neglected to switch it off. Not any worse than me imagining you losing your breakfast inside your mask after 5 clicks. Aralesti laughed. Sorry, Zoe, I forgot I left the channel open. Zoe wasn't laughing, but she didn't sound irritated either. Never apologise for what you think, only ever for what you do, or don't do. Take it from someone who grew up in a place where thoughts weren't private. As a girl, in tight-fitting uniforms. You quickly learn that people's unguarded thoughts have very little to do with how they act. Some of the people with the most elaborate fantasies in their heads turn out to be the ones who treat everyone with respect and dignity. Then there's Caboodle. She doesn't have a fantasy world. For a kitten, thinking and acting are the same thing. Pure instinct. Enjoy your fantasies, Cat Aralesti, and never let anybody tell you otherwise. The pilot was young. So young that her first thought was to question whether the Zodani could read Caboodle's mind. She looked at the little animal. She was rolling over and over on the ground, slowly winding the leash around her. Reading Caboodle's mind probably wouldn't take very long.
Very nice.
What a cosy place it would be.
Hope that was okay, Sparrow.
Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you. And this is not the last we have of your fantastic storytelling this weekend, essentially.
Well, we have a game. Yes, tomorrow we are doing the Cave at Summerhill, which is part of our Winter of Love. It's a rules light game system fantasy adventure. So hopefully it'll be fun.
It's fantasy, isn't it? It's quite rare for us.
It is quite rare for us. Yeah.
It doesn't happen often.
You know, we can do a bit of everything, can't we?
Can we bring back? Can we bring back guns? Guns and who's the other one? You remember you? I'll roll.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it, Luke?
I don't. If someone guns and someone something. Don't hit me on the stream. What was his name? Homunculus guns. I don't know what it was. I'll look it up. But it'd be nice. I feel sad leaving them behind. It'd be nice to bring them back.
Yeah, it would. It would actually. That'd be quite a nice little throwback. Definitely.
Wonderful. Now I've got to watch an old video, and I hate watching old videos.
Oh, it'll be fun.
I'm sure you say that every time.
Where can you find all of our old videos, Luke?
I don't
Where
know.
are they stored nowadays?
Have you been manifesting strong segues tonight? They're on our YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you type in Boys from the Baltic Star, which I'm doing right now, which is why the camera's gone wrong probably. Oh, yes. Here you got Boys from the Baltic, not the black stuff, Baltic Star. There we go. It comes up with Grey Hills there. And if you click on that and you subscribe, and it's literally got playlists out the wazoo. You've got
how many hours? How many hours have we
so
got?
many hours. Well, Raft's got 27 videos. You've got all the video games we completed. Deliver Us the Moons there. Detroit Become Humans there. Alien, of course. And then you've got whole bits on our Quiet Year games. Fimbria, Troika. All our Boys from the Baltic Star seasons. Orbital Blues is there. All the stuff is there. And I think under special episodes...
I will say it sounds beautifully organised.
are so beautifully organised, honestly. Oh, there's all our safe Daves. There's Pig at a Wedding. Oh,
wonderful.
the Olympics is there. Last Girl is there. All the Cecil and Cecilies. All our Summer of Love. Yeah, it's all there. Check it out. I recommend it. It's very strong. And I just clicked in the wrong folder to find out what the name it was. I think it's in the Fighting Fantasy playlist, which has 52 episodes of these two idiots dying over and over and over and over again.
Some of them are very short, yeah.
Yeah. And to be fair,
Not a big time
we did
sink.
have a lone, pure, perfect success.
I think it's nice
we
to have
did.
just the one.
I mean, we also successfully completed another one, but that wasn't our first try.
Does it count if you've tried it 17 times and finally get through trial and error?
Well, I don't know. I
It's more
suppose it
law of
counts,
averages.
but imperfect.
I found the names.
They're asterisks.
It was the Ballad of Whimsical Jones and Odell Guns. I believe you were Odell Guns, and I was Whimsical Jones.
I believe so. So.
So Whimsical Jones and Odell Guns are back.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Make it happen.
And obviously we're going to fit
Manifest it.
character
Manifest it.
creation and actual gameplay and everything all into 2 hours because it's part of the Winter of Love.
2 hours.
And they are more importantly about tomorrow. We certainly are.
And if we don't finish after 2 hours, we stop anyway.
Got it. It's amazing how good we are at actually finishing in 2 hours when we need to.
Can be.
We haven't overrun, have we?
No.
I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think we've had any that have cut out at a weird moment.
No. I don't think we have. No.
We are good at
We are good.
sticking to the time limit when we have to.
We're so good. We're just good at everything.
Who'd have thought?
But on that bombshell, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much, Spares, Jacko, Rock Frog, all you guys. We love that you hang out and chat with us. It means a lot. And anyone else watching, anyone else that was lurking around, we appreciate you. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. But if not, we'll see you soon and have a wonderful weekend, all of you. We love you lots and toodle pip.
Good night.
Good night.